Hello, everybody. We're here for a conversation with Linda Rizzoli. That's me. Carol Taylor,
That's
who is
me.
actually my sister. Today, we're going to talk about this beautiful gift to the world that is a class called The Foundation, a class with Access Consciousness. Carol, what do you love the most about the foundation class?
I love how it challenges people to create more choice and ease in our lives and lets us break apart that place that we have always been functioning from, where we feel we have no choice.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me when you say like break apart that foundation, it reminds me of a house. And if you just continue to use the same foundation, you can build slightly different houses, but it's always kind of on the same footprint. So what would happen if you got to create from scratch?
Yes. Yeah. And I have taken several foundations and facilitated several foundations. And it's just been the last little while when I've really, I think, began to see what this is, before I could say the words of
Yeah,
it. And I
yeah,
thought I had an awareness or an understanding of what it was. And with each time I facilitated or each time I take the class myself and participate in it, I see what a gift that is to people
yeah,
that actually, if I've always believed that I was not very smart, or I've always believed, some basic that I was not good at math or something, and I start to challenge that, or I can't sing, and I'm always creating my life from that. Like, what if I didn't know anything about myself and
yeah.
I could just begin to explore who I was with, like you say, with that new foundation?
Yeah. Do you remember your first foundation class?
Yes, I do. I do. And there was a
What do
lot.
you think?
Well, there was a lot of us in there that were sort of first timers. And oh my
Yeah.
goodness, the trauma drama that was going on. We were all having like crises in our relationships. And and it was just the girl that was facilitating it. I think maybe felt a little bit overwhelmed, because it was like, no, but Carol's getting to talk too much. I want to talk now. I want to tell you about what I said. So
It sounds like you were having a competition of whose drama could be the most dramatic.
yes. And I'm aware now how we could not even hear ourselves. And she
Yeah,
kept saying, is this even real? What if you could change
yeah,
this? What if you could start this from a fresh place? And we would say,
yeah.
no, but this is the way it's always been. So yeah, it was
This is the
fun.
way it's always been. This is the foundation I've always created from, and there is nothing else possible. And
Yes,
what if there is something else possible?
absolutely.
That's really fun.
Yeah. And so it's been a gradual unfolding. And I noticed when I was telling my stories of the drama trauma of my relationships, and when I got home, it was different.
Wow.
And and I remember that because I had solidified it, I'd locked it in. This was how my relationship with my son looked. This was how my relationship with my husband looked and was. And it was really true.
Yeah,
And I was arguing to be right. I would rather
yeah,
be right than actually change something. But the work that I
yeah,
did at that foundation, I came home and it was different. And I walked in the door
yeah,
to a different place. And it
yeah,
sort of blew my mind. Like,
Yeah.
what happened? You know, it was as though none of the phone calls that I had gotten during that foundation about the trauma drama that was going on between my son and my
Yeah.
husband had even occurred. It was totally
Yeah.
different.
What I absolutely love about what you're saying, Carol, is that you created this different possibility and you kind of didn't even believe in it in a
Yes.
way, you know, that
Yes.
you've got to like use your positive thinking to overcome. You were even unable to believe that you had changed anything, but you really truly changed something, and that showed up in how your life showed up. That's
Yes.
cool.
And I'm sure that I had some resistance to it, because I remember when I
Yeah.
think back at that class, we had no idea what was happening. Like, I bet there was 10 people that this was their first foundation. And we
Wow.
were sort of struggling almost against the teacher asking questions and saying, but what if it
Yeah.
didn't have to be that way? And we could
Yeah.
not hear her.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So the foundation class has the ability, I'm going to say, the capacity to create beyond what you believe your limitations must be.
Yes. Yeah. It's a
Hmm.
pretty awesome class. It's a pretty
So what
awesome
do you
class.
have to do to qualify to be in a foundation class?
All you need to have done is to have taken a an access consciousness bars class. One
Yeah.
of those classes. So
This sounds like really deep work, Carol. Like, what if I'm afraid that I'm not ready?
I'm I'm not sure that even ready is the right word. Like, I showed up there, and then
Yeah.
gradually, as the class proceeded, it shifted things. But it
Yeah.
shifted it in a way. It was up to me, really, what I let go of and shifted. The facilitator was facilitating me and asking questions, and the other people in the class were also asking questions, but it was not like no one was holding me down and ripping off the band-aid for me. You
Yeah.
know, if someone said, do you want to talk further about money or your relationship, or this thing that has happened to you, and I said no, we moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So
And do
nothing
you
was done
have,
against my will. Go ahead.
that's cool. Do you, if someone's listening and they're really curious about a foundation and their interest is piqued, um, do you have something they can attend?
I have a foundation class coming up right away in Saskatoon
Yeah.
at the
What,
August long weekend.
okay, so it's the August long weekend of 2021. In case
Yes.
anyone is watching this farther into the future. Are
And
you checking the date for us?
yes, I'm
Yeah.
checking this. It's you'll have to edit this out, Linda.
Well, no, I think it's kind of beautiful, right? Like you can do these beautiful classes and you never have to have all your shit together. You just get to show up how you are. What if that's good enough?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And letting go of that need for perfection.
Yeah.
I had no idea how much I functioned from that place of judgment. And now
Yeah.
it's way more fun, because that is actually something that has been opened up for me since I have taken some of these foundation classes and facilitated some of them, is that the need to be right, the need to be perfect, all this judgment that
Yeah.
we heap on ourselves.
Yeah, well,
that
you check the date. I just want to underline something that you just said is you mentioned you've taken a number of foundation classes. So if there's people watching who have previously taken a foundation class, I want to really encourage you that this is a class that grows and changes every single time you take one. So please, even if you've taken a previous foundation, please consider getting back in there and taking another one.
it is at the Saskatoon Heavenly Reiki is the name of the business.
Yeah.
And it is a July 30th to August the 2nd. So it would be 4 days.
Awesome.
And
4
there is a new
days
manual.
of change with the new manual. How does it get better than that? So please reach out. You can find Carol in various places online. Be creative in reaching out. You can reach out to myself, and there's facilitators all over the world that facilitate this class. So
Absolutely.
please be courageous and change the foundation that you create your life from. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone watching. Bye.
Bye-bye.